Established in 1978, Maple Flag is one of the largest advanced aerial combat training exercises in the world and makes use of the extensive Cold Lake Air Weapons Range, which is part of CFB Cold Lake in northeastern Alberta. The Air Weapons Range covers more than 11,600 square kilometers. The exercise itself occurs annually over a 6-week period, which is split into 3 2-week phases. Maple Flag provides realistic training for pilots for the Canadian Forces as well as select Allied air forces from around the world. With approximately 5,000 pilots and support crews participating, the number of personnel at CFB Cold Lake effectively doubles during the exercise. Maple Flag has only been postponed twice, once in 1991 due to Desert Storm, and again in 1999 due to combat operations in Kosovo.
Well, what we've done in the past couple of years is become more integrated. In the past, Maple Flag has been just a large force exercise that uses mainly air power. So we'll simulate a hostile red force, and then of course we'll have the blue forces, and we've done that mainly with air power. This year, and the way ahead, is to combine more with the Army and the Air Force. So not only do we have an Air Force up in the skies fighting their war, we also have an established ground force. So for example, this year we had some scenarios that execute downed pilots, which of course incorporates special forces going in with Hercules, identifying the location of the downed pilot, then they'll parachute in. The special force will then go in and extract the downed pilot. We also have done some refugee extracts, whereas again, special forces will have to be, will parachute into a certain location, secure the area, put the refugees into a landing location, then we'll bring in transport aircraft to get those refugees extracted and bring them home to a safe location. So those are some of the ground exercises, and at the same time there's a full aerial war being fought well above that.
Who are the participants this year in 2009?
Well, we've had Germany, the Dutch, and both of those have brought some air assets as well as special forces. The United States, Canada, Singapore, and we've also have an observer program. So many countries such as Egypt, UAE, Oman, they also come and they observe the exercise, see exactly what we do here, and see if they want to contribute in follow-on exercises.
What do they think when they come here and they see the vast resources we have in the Primrose Lake and Cold Lake areas?
Well, that's one of the big features of Maple Flag is, you know, certain nations can only put up so many assets. And of course, you know, if we're only going to train here in Canada, we have our own resources, Canadian assets. When all these nations come to Cold Lake and they see all the different countries that are involved, not only are they learning their tactics, but we also start to build a good friendship. So if a conflict did develop, if some of the faces are familiar, we know how we would work together, and that exercise that we do here helps for future conflicts in the past with all the different nations.
It's a massive area, isn't it?
Absolutely. Not only that, we you know, we have a large, very large area of which we can drop live weapons, and then it's hundreds of miles wide, hundreds of miles deep, which we have simulated targets as well. We have airfields, surface-to-air systems, tanks, trucks, troops. All these targets are displayed on the range in real time if you were to see that.
What's the success rate like?
Well, the success rate in the first couple of days may be low. When I say low, we're probably running in the 80 to 85% success rate. Now that the scenario changes on a daily basis, but and it becomes more and more difficult. But because we're now becoming a cohesive unit with all the nations, even though the scenario becomes more difficult, because we're learning on a daily basis, the success rate becomes higher and higher. So now that we're running into this first week, but towards the end of the first week, the scenarios are becoming more dynamic, but the commanders have been able to adapt to the changing scenario as well and become more and more successful. So as the periods play out, as the exercise gets further and further and more dynamic, the success rate also becomes significantly higher. So we're running in the high 90 success rate.
Francois Arsenault, HDindieNews, CFB Cold Lake.